Macmillan Audio presents LoveMurder by Saul Black. Read for you by Christina Delaine. Prologue. May 2009. Exquisitely beautiful Katherine Glass was the most hated woman in America, and on a wet Tuesday afternoon in May 2009, San Francisco Homicide detective Valerie Hart sat in the Bryant Street courtroom, staring at the back of her infamous blonde head. The verdicts had just been delivered, and now, despite Justice Amanda Delgado's gavel-whacking and repeated calls for order, the place sounded like a cocktail party at its thudding zenith. 6 charges of murder won. Guilty, 6 for 6. The public gallery was in an ecstasy of self-righteous titillation. Faces were greedy and alive. Serves the bitch right. Pure fucking evil. "Order!" Justice Delgado drawled for the 4th time. "Order!" Delgado, a whittled Latina in her early 50s, had a small, coltish face long past surprise, but Valerie had watched its jaded composure fracture through the course of the trial. Like the jury, Delgado had seen the videos that convicted Katherine Glass. So too, obviously, had Valerie. The images were with her now, for the rest of her life. The images were with all of them. "Order!" Valerie released a breath she hadn't been aware of holding. Her body's tension remained. No relief. Granted, she'd caught Katherine Glass. Granted, Katherine Glass was being removed from the equation. But Katherine Glass was, as everyone knew, only half the equation. The videos had a co-star. Katherine's masked male lover, director, choreographer, soulmate, and partner in extraordinary crime. Despite the months of investigation and everything Katherine had given them, he was still out there. He was still unknown, untouched, and almost certainly undeterred. 6 women were dead, and he was still. The word sent a neural charge of weakness down Valerie's abdomen. Free. Meanwhile, white and golden and jewel-eyed Katherine Glass, not free, stood motionless in the dock. Her blonde hair was pulled back in its signature tight ponytail. If she was suffering, there was no outward sign of it. Not that the verdict could have surprised her, Valerie knew. The trial's issue had been whether the defendant was, fuck political correctness, insane. The quaint moral reflex said she couldn't, given what she'd done, be considered otherwise. Her actions guaranteed her madness. But this was the 21st century. The binary certainties were gone. The world had got used to the idea that you could be in all respects rational, sound, intelligent, normal. Except for your delight in doing the things Katherine and her lover had done. The world could no longer pretend the words human and monster referred to 2 different species. Monstrosity was just another human option, like vegetarianism or Tai Chi. Naturally, Katherine's defense had gone through the motions. Psychological disorder and diminished responsibility. No one had bought it. No one was ever going to buy it. The collective will craved raw vengeance. If Katherine had been plain, Valerie thought, she might have had a chance. But looking the way she did, it was a fait accompli. The New York Times had indulged itself with a description of her as a living koan of corruption and beauty. A Chronicle editorial with literary ambitions had called her the grotesque and compelling offspring of Aphrodite and Lucifer. The National Enquirer, true to its readership, had dubbed her the sex angel of death, while Twitter had, among its countless inanities, supplied, "Katherine Glass makes Helen of Troy look like a fucking..."